gentlemen, it is currently 8 o'clock p.m. in South Africa, right? So today I'm just going to be taking you through an analysis of Nasdaq, right? And as per usual, we're going to be starting on the higher time frames. Now, last time we analyzed Nasdaq, we were talking about this huge bearish move that's been occurring since the beginning of the year, right? So we've just been moving in a bearish move. This recession is not doing any of us any good, right? So now we're in this bearish move. We've been in this bearish move for quite some time, and we've had this impulse to the downside, this corrective move, impulse to the downside, corrective move, potential corrective move, to then continue with our push to the downside, right? Now, one thing we need to ask ourselves is this bearish move going to be sustained, are we going to continue moving to the downside? Are we now going to create a bit of a retracement to potentially test levels, right? Certain levels, right? So let's just move on to the weekly time frame so we can see a bit better, right? So we're still in a bearish move because we've been creating. We had this high here, we had a low, we had a high, lower high, then a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, right? We've had this high, we have had the high, the break above this high right here. But the upward move didn't last too long, right? Because we have this bearish move now to the downside, right? I was actually planning on taking a shorting position at this level right here, but unfortunately I didn't take the position, right? Didn't take the position. So right now what I'm looking to see if just do this. Right now I'm just looking to see how price is going to trade in between these two levels right here, right? Are we going to get a bit of a retrace into a certain level up to this level right here before we continue with our bearish move to the downside? Or are we just simply going to continue pushing to the upside, right? Now let's just move on to the daily time frame because there's something I'd like to. Now, what I've been noticing here is that we have had 1, 2, potentially 3 rejections of this level right here. Depending on how today's candlestick closes, I'll be looking to take potential long opportunities to the upside. Alright, let's just move on to the 4-hour time frame. Looking to take potential long opportunities to either this level right here, and also I'd like to make notes of this channel right here, like this. This is a perfect reversal channel, right? We've been having, right? We've had this high right here, a huge impulse to the downside, with this gap even right here, right? So yeah, we've had this huge impulse to the downside. Now I'm looking to see if we're gonna have this low right here. We have the lower high, a lower low, lower high, lower low, and a lower high, right? And this low right here, we have 2 equal lows right here at this level right here. So what I'm looking for, right, we could see this as a potential double bottom to then potentially push price to the upside, either into this 90% rule or into this level right here, this level of 12231.1, right? So I'm currently looking to take short-term long opportunities on this level, right? Let's just move on to the 2 hour time frame and even onto the 1 hour time frame. Another thing we have here is this consolidation right here. Right, we have this consolidation right here, and we've had these candlesticks close outside of this consolidation area right here, right? Some people could see this as a breakout, but essentially what I was looking to see happen here is we've had this candlestick here right here, we've had this candlestick right here. I was looking for another bullish candlestick move out of this area right here, but we didn't get that, right? Basically, I was going to use that as confluence as a break out of this level right here, and I'm going to wait for a potential retest of this level right here to then continue with the push to the upside, right? So what I'm going to be looking for, because of this candlestick formation right here, right, I'm looking to see if we're not going to retrace back into either this level right here or this level right here to take potential long opportunities to the upside, right? And have my stop just below this low right here to then potentially take a move to the upside into those levels right here. A risk to reward is 3, so you're risking 45 pips to gain a potential 137 pips, which is not bad at all, which could potentially go all the way up to the 90% rule, and we could end up bagging 530 pips out of this trade, which would be superb, right? If it were to happen that way, right? Another situation we could have here is this like we have this consolidation, potential move to the upside to come up to this level to then continue with a push to the downside, right? So there's two scenarios that I'm looking for, right? It's either we're looking for this one or we're looking for this one right here. Right. So I'm just going to be looking to observe the market and see how price action chooses to play out. These structures might even evolve into something else, so I'll just be adapting to the market. Remember, it's always good to have probable and possible scenarios within your trading so that you're not just constantly sitting on your hands because you only forecasted one potential situation that could occur, right? So yeah, man, that's just a bit of my analysis on Nasdaq. I'm currently holding a long position on US30, right? I'm looking to see if we don't get the same scenario that happened here, right? Because let's just look at it as if though we reversing. Like I know we look at the chart from left to right, but let's look at it from right to left, right? From, let's say, from here to here, right? We've had this push to the downside, a consolidation, and another push to the upside, right? I'm looking to see if we're not going to get the same thing on this pattern right here, because this is a nice reversal pattern to then go get a push to the upside. Even more over that, we'll be liquidating the people who have short positions over in this area right here, right? And if we do get this bullish push to the upside, we know we're going to induce some retail traders into taking long positions before we dump price, right? Because we need that necessary liquidity to be able to place our positions to then take price to the downside. So yeah, man, that's just a bit of my analysis on Nasdaq. We can check gold. I'm just gonna let's check the DXY actually. On the DXY, let's see what's happening on the DXY. For the DXY, I'm looking for a potential push. Got this impulse here, a retrace to I'm looking for a push into this area right here, right? or we might even get somewhere during the middle of the week, we might even get possibly a push down to this level right here, come into this level before we continue with our push to the upside. So I'll just be looking to observe the market, see what it price action actually chooses to do, and adapt to the market accordingly, right? Let's just look at gold. Gold has just been, just remove this. Let's go into the monthly time frame. Oh, it keeps doing this. Let's go into the monthly time frame. Right, we had this right here. Gold is a bit tricky for me at the moment. All I know is that we've had this strong push from 1800, from this 1800 level, right? What I'm looking for is a potential, right? Market moves in cycles. We've completed this cycle. What I'm looking to see is if we now creating a new leg with this impulse, the retrace, and potentially continuing with our push to the downside into potentially the level of 1619 or even 1600 before we push to the upside.